If you have just completed your Master's in Psychology, your MAPC from IGNOU, or you are about to complete it and you are really confused about what to do next, right? If clinical psychology is something you dread, it's not something you are up for, or even counseling too is not something that you are very interested in because you do not get the CRR number from RCI, even if you do a diploma in counseling, right? So I have got good news. PGDRPC, Postgraduate Diploma in Rehabilitation Psychology. You see, earlier it used to be totally different. There used to be no entrance test or anything, but this time IGNOU has included an entrance test. So you can be much more confident that the legitimacy factor would be much more hard earned. And of course, it would get you the license and thereof the CRR number. You will be able to operate as an independent rehabilitation psychologist. And if you are someone who has always been scared of entrance exams, listen, you don't have to worry about it. If you need help, you can always call me and we can figure that out. But as far as this opportunity itself is concerned, I think if you can put up with some generic administrative delays or some minor glitches, then go for this, which is affordable to be precise. Admissions take place in the month of July of every year. The entrance test is well before that, and the application has to be done by March, right? And oh, yes, you want to know what rehabilitation psychology is? Like, how is it different from counseling or clinical? Let me give you a broad overview. But I would want you to do some research as well, because then you will feel that you have earned the information and rightly acted on it because it concerns your career, right? So it has to be at your own discretion, not under my influence. So, rehabilitation psychology, you can still sit in a clinic. You will more likely still work in a hospital, but in the rehabilitation department, wherein, say, people with any kind of past crisis that affected their mental health, right? You would help them go mainstream into life, into work. You will work with people from various sectors. They could be in the past impacted by a major disease or a major accident or a major mental health illness, right? It could be physical disability too. So your work would be to rehabilitate them, like to bring them back to a functioning life. That's the work. Simple, right? But here is the distinction. In clinical psychology, you diagnose what is happening, and that diagnosis is their distinct authority. But they also do intervention and therapy and treatment planning. They don't stop at diagnosis. In counseling, you counsel a person, which is something a clinical psychologist can also do. But a counseling psychologist does not hold a psychodiagnostic authority the way a clinical psychologist does. But a rehabilitation psychologist under RCI, if there is a need for a diagnosis, they will be taking inputs from a clinical psychologist. But largely, if it is counseling, they have to do counseling. If it is to work with them like a guide or mapping their rehabilitation plan, see, all of these, right, they really overlap in many ways. But largely, you are rehabilitating a person, putting them back to the best functional life they can have. Because not everyone returns to exactly where they are, but everyone deserves to get as far as they possibly can. So, if this is something of your interest, I would highly recommend you go ahead. So, if you have just missed the deadline, which is most natural if you have just come to know about this now through this video, then do this. Instead of feeling upset about this, prepare yourself, review and revise your MAPC syllabus thoroughly, because there will be an entrance, right, that you have to sit for. If you need any help related to how to go about your revision, how to prepare as a strong candidate, you can always reach out to me. Besides studying, you should also find some NGO, right, where they work on rehabilitation already. That would give you a great idea of what this domain is going to be like, what would be expected of you, what the program is potentially going to cover, and whether you would be really interested in that instead of like getting selected, getting the admission, and then feeling sad about it. So that's all. I think you have certainly found this video helpful, right? And if you have, then please like, share, and comment, because you aren't doing this. You're not watching my videos. That's really very sad. Do so. And see, I have also done 2 other reaction videos. Those are very important. I will be doing more such. So go through them, watch them, because that helps you develop your psychological acumen, your intellect, right? Go for them. And yeah, to book a session in this matter, link in the description.